Salutations, respect and love. I am Scott. You're in the Prog Corner, where today, man, we're going to be exploring the great Italian band Semiramis, and they just put out a brand new album, and I'm, backed by a wall of Italian Prog here today in honor of the great RPI subgenre that I love oh so much. Yeah, today we're talking about Semiramis, a band that was formed in Rome in 1970 by two brothers and two cousins. Well, one of the cousins quit the band pretty early, the drummer Mimo Polvano, and he was replaced by two cats came in, the new drummer, who's still in the band, Paolo Faenza, and the great Gianpiero Artigiani. And they were joined by Michele Zerillo, his brother Mauricio Zerillo, and Marcello Redavide. Only one of them's in the band, and in 1973... only one of them's in the band now. In 1973, they put this out, Dedicato a Fraz, one of the greatest Italian prog albums of all time. I just love it. Just amazing. Gatefold, really, really cool. Yeah, I like that artwork a whole bunch. So from this album, only one of the members is still in the band. Dedicato a Fraz, like I said, came out in 1973. And Fraz is actually an acronym for the five guys in the band's last name, F-R-A-Z-Z. Well, we got the F in the band. Paolo Faenza still in the band. And after 51 years, boys and girls, 51 years, they dropped their sophomore album, La Fine Non Esiste. And it's almost as good, man. I really dig this record. Here's the gatefold. Let's see how it folds out. Something like that. The inside, kind of looking a bunch like the outside. And we got some liner notes here with the lyrics. And there's the current lineup. There's the band right there. That's the original guy. Right there, that's Paolo Faenza. And I think I got this on colored vinyl. Let's have a look at the vinyl because I just got it in. Oh, yeah. Look how beautiful that is. So anyway, that's the record we're talking about today, man. These guys put out that one record in 1973. I guess there was a reunion in 2014. They dropped a live album in 2017, Dedicato a Fraz Live. And there were some... old members of the band in that reunion. Of course, Paolo Faenza was there, but also his good buddy, Gianpiero Artigiani. And also in that band was Mauricio Zerillo. And so I'm asking myself, why aren't those two guys, because three of the original members were on that reunion, and then I realized, no, that's not cool. Mauricio Zerillo died in 2017, and Gianpiero Artigiani died in 2019, so that explains why they're not there. But on the reunion 2014 live show, three members of this current band are playing on that. You have, of course, Paolo Faenza, Ivo Miletto on bass, and Daniel Sorrenti on keyboards. They're in this current version of the band. Bringing out an album after 51 years might sound kind of ridiculous, but other Italian bands have done it, and most notably is Maxophone. Put out that great album in the 70s, and then 45 years later put out their sophomore album. Musea Rosenbach, Alpha Taurus, a lot of those old bands have come back and done new records. So the band right now is the aforementioned Paolo Faenza on drums, Ivo Miletto on bass, Daniel Sorrenti on keyboards, Marco Palma on acoustic guitar, Emanuele Barco on electric guitar, and his brother Giovanni Barco on vocals. Does an amazing job. This came out last month on Vinyl Magic, but you can pick up the CD or the vinyl either on Wayside Music or on Laser's Edge. They both carry it, so if you're in the States, you should have no problem finding this record. 6 songs on here. It's only like 37 and a half minutes long, so it does have that feel of a 70s album. This whole album really is just a love letter to 70s Prague. 6 songs. They all range between 5 and 7 minutes long. So I could have used a little, a little bit longer running times maybe, but these songs just flow by so quick, so fast. Before you know it, the album's over, and I kind of like that, It starts out with a song called In Quel Secondo Regno, 5-minute track. This has got a co-write with Artigiani, as well as, of course, Paolo Faenza. Artigiani was part of the original lineup, so I'm guessing this song dates back probably 10 years to when they were doing the reunion. Starts out with a 7/8 riff in A, and you get a little acoustic guitar break right early in the song, and you're like, I am definitely listening to Semiramis. A lot of people said, this doesn't sound like Semiramis. Man, it sure does to me. Then you get some Gentle Giant counterpoint. Side A of this album is very, very indebted to Gentle Giant. All 3 songs on side A have little moments that are very Gentle Giant-y. The vocals kick in. Giovanni Banco just has a great, great Italian voice. Of course, all these songs are in Italian. He's got a really cool voice. It's just raspy enough, right? A lot of those Italian singers have those super raspy voices. He's got that too, but it's not overblown. There's a real dark middle section where Giovanni's brother, Emmanuel, rips off a real good solo. It's episodic. There's a little bit of narration in this song, and I was getting a little worried because a lot of those RPI albums are a little narration heavy for me, but it's real quick and it doesn't really do a whole lot of damage to the song. And then you got a real dissonant kind of ending to this thing. Great, great opening track. Next up is a song called Catori di Ansie. It's an up-tempo track in D. You get a lot of counterpoint again, but you got like a jazz rock breakdown on this thing, and it's just really cool because you get the piano playing a lead over the top of these smooth sounds, and then the electric guitar gets a solo, and then the acoustic guitar gets a solo, and the keyboard gets another solo, and the guitars get another solo. It's really cool, but this all happens in the first 75 seconds of this song, man, and then at the 1:15 mark, the melody happens, man. This is just such a mind-blowingly great melody. Why would you bury it in the middle section of the second song on an album? I don't understand. It's just one of those magical melodies. Should be like the end, like a coda to an epic masterpiece, but they bury it in the middle of this song. After that part's over, they go into like a ELP piano section that's really great. You get a beautiful soaring ending section that sounds a little bit like Neo Prague here. Great, great song. My favorite song on the album. Then you got Donna delle Ale Diasaio, 6-minute track. You get a little piano motif in E minor to start this thing out. Then you get acoustic guitar and vibraphone. And yeah, I'm thinking of Gentle Giant once again. Of course I am. You get some strummed acoustic guitar here and the vocals kick in. So it's kind of a Mediterranean folk kind of feel. You get the Hammond organ kicking in. And then from the 2:45 mark on this song on, Emmanuel Barco's guitar playing, he's just nuts. He's nonstop. He's playing like 16th notes throughout the entire song. Nothing really like technically difficult, but so busy and so cool, playing arpeggios and runs, just all kinds of counterpoints snaking all around the music, but the guitar tone is angular and jaggedy, and it adds such a really cool metallic edge to what's going on here. And then the song ends with another glorious, beautiful melody. The vocal melody is just great while Emmanuel just keeps going crazy on the guitar. Then you get some tubular bells chiming to end the song. Side 2 starts with Non chiedere a un Dio. Another 6-minute track, and it starts with those tubular bells that we just heard at the end of side 1. Then you get a little acoustic thing where we're, strumming B and then A, and we're toggling back and forth between B and A most of this song. So this is the most simplistic song on here. Then you get a little PFM, keyboards kind of come in, and the band kicks in. Then at the 4-minute mark, you get a little break. You get a little atmospheric. A flute actually pokes its head up. The only time you hear flute on the whole album. And then the original theme comes back. And it's a basic song structure, but it's really effective. I like it. Next up, the penultimate track is 7 minutes long. It's called Tenda Rossa. And it starts with a real ominous Hammond kind of sound. And then you get a real spiky bass and drum figure. You're in 7/8 here. You're in E minor. Real heavy rhythms come in after this. The vocals kick in, and this is a very nice up-tempo song, but the verses are cool, and then that chorus is just so great, man. I have no idea what he's singing, but I'm singing along in my car. It's just ridiculous the whole time that chorus is going. With those earworms, Ivo Malato's bass lines are just great. He's just moving. He's nonstop. You get some atmospheric keys and some Marshall drums kicking in later on in the song, kind of making me think of Genesis a little bit here. And then the end section is more like folk kind of stuff with atmospherics. Just great. A little bit Hammond thrown on the top. Fantastic. The final song is called Sua Maesta il Cuore. Another 7-minute track. So the two longest songs on the album are the two last songs. This is the most modern sounding song on the album. In fact, it kind of reminds me of the last two Banco del Moturo Socosa albums, Trans-Siberiana and Orlando, and that they're kind of splitting the difference between that old school classic RPI sound and a more modern prog rock sound, and I really appreciate that. This song's in G minor, and all 6 members of the band are contributing like crazy. I love this track. You've got acoustic guitar and electric guitar, like playing different things. The keyboards are going nuts here. The bass and the drums sound great. Giovanni's vocals are all over the place. Just so great. At the 3:15 mark, a piano motif comes in, playing this beautiful chord progression, and then the vocals kick in. And then the band comes in, does the same thing again. The ending of this album is real playful and chaotic, almost like a jazz fusion sound at the end, and then bam, it's over, and you've just spent 37 and a half minutes of your life listening to some amazing Italian prog rock music from 2024. So yeah, dude, what's my score gonna be? I need to shave. Look at my facial hair, man. I haven't shaved in like 3 weeks. But that's neither here nor there. What's my score going to be for this awesome 2024 release? Well, I'm giving it 9 out of 10. It's not perfect. I wish it was just a little bit longer, and I wish it was just a little less indebted to Gentle Giant at times. But hey, I love Gentle Giant. I love Italian prog, so I am not complaining. Is this really a sophomore album from a band called Semiramis? Or is this like the debut album of a brand new band, Semiramis Mark II or whatever? I don't care. Call it whatever you want. I call this album great. Like I said, 9 out of 10 is my score. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I never do on a Wednesday. It's always kind of my day to just figure it out. But Friday, every Friday on Prog Radio. Do not miss the Prog Corner playlist with a replay Saturday at 6 p.m. Actually, you can go on his website and he's got all that stuff archived. So if you miss it, you can always go back and listen to it. It's amazing stuff. And then Sunday, the Sunday live prog stream, 1 p.m. Eastern, is just going to be amazing. As me and the panel discuss the one, the only, the great Iron Maiden. Yeah, it's Steve Harris's 68th birthday today. So happy birthday, Steve Harris. I love Iron Maiden. Yes, they are prog. I will die on that hill right there. Anyway, boys and girls, I love you guys. Peace in the Middle East. Free Tibet. And yes, indeed, God save that king. Save King Chucky. Chucky needs your saving right now. Yes, he does. I'll see you punks tomorrow or whenever. Peace.